in this video, I am talking about something that people write in a lot to ask me, which is how to get and stay motivated. If you followed my journey, you know that I hustle really hard. We move really fast, me and my tiny team. We create multiple videos a week, multiple articles a month. I mean, it's just like go, 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 go. And people will be like, you never seem to have an off week. You never seem to have downtime. How do you stay motivated? So I'm going to give you my 5, some of which are sort of weird tips on how to stay motivated in this video. How to get motivated. If this is your first time watching me, I'm Kelsey Humphreys, host and producer of The Pursuit, a traveling talk show on success where I interview the best of the best. I've spent over 4,000 hours studying success and successful people, but then I break down success for the rest of us, because how do those tactics from these millionaires and celebrities apply to our actual life? I also talk about how do I personally do things from what I've learned from people and my own tactics. So let's dive in to how to get motivated. The first one is a little bit weird. It works really well for me, and that is to think about some deep regrets you have. I started a YouTube channel, you guys, back in 2009. Look around at other YouTubers who started in 2009 who are now bajillionaires with a quadrillion followers. And I just bailed on it, and I was younger and thinner, and I had a lot to say, and I just gave up. I also gave up on a music career. You know, I didn't pursue my dream to become the next Beyonce. I have a few really deep, hard regrets in my life, and so when I feel like giving up, I think about it. I think about the sting of regret and how much it sucks and how much I wish I hadn't done that, and then I think, I am not gonna let this current dream, my pursuit right now, turn into another regret. Now, if you're like 16 and you have no regrets and you haven't experienced life yet, I do have some more tips for you, okay? Very official with my paper notes here. Here's one that I want to tell you, you've heard it a lot of time. Remember why you started, right? Think about your why. These are all things people say all the time, and that's all well and good if you actually do it. But the thing is, I think we think about that and then we start in our head saying what we think people want to hear. Your motivations are your motivations. Nobody knows, okay? I want you to think in your head about your true gut feeling, which may just be cash money, or it may be fame or whatever, and it may change over time. It may not be that forever. Whatever it is, it's yours. This is not something you have to post publicly. So when you're thinking about this and it seems like, oh, I don't know if I could just say aloud that I just really want hundreds of thousands of followers so that I can make money from Instagram and live, you know, and spend my time by the pool and be lazy. That's yours and yours alone, and if that's what gets you motivated, then think about that. Yes, remember why you started, remember why this is worth it, but don't give yourself this candy-coated, what people want to hear type thing. If it's not true, then that tactic for motivation won't work, will it? So that's what I wanted to add about that point. The next point is to remember who's watching you and following you. And to some extent, I do mean your audience, because now I do have some influence as things grow. And I really think that there are some people, if I gave up or I stopped posting altogether and everything went away, you know, especially like me getting sober, me being a mom, you know, all of this stuff that makes me different in the entrepreneurship space, I really do think some people would be bummed and maybe tempted to give up on their own dream if I gave up. But more importantly, and maybe more relatable for a lot of people, I also have a daughter who watches my every move. And what does it tell her if I give up on things? Or what does it tell her if I go for months without getting stuff accomplished? Like if I'm just becoming this lazy, lethargic, which happens to all of us, you guys. We all have bad days or weeks, but we need to not let them turn into months. We all have those silent stalkers on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, Instagram, that's like your random cousin that you know follows everything you do. Like, you know they're watching, right? And they're watching you for what? Inspiration, motivation, because they want to do, you're leading by example. So wherever you are in your life, it might be a younger sibling. It might be a friend of a friend. Like, you don't know, but you know, right? You don't know, but you know. You know that there are people watching you in your life. So think about them. A lot of times we're not motivated internally. Some people are and some people aren't. But if you're not motivated internally, for example, you set a deadline for yourself and you're like, ha ha ha, that was funny, I'm never gonna reach that deadline. But somebody else sets a deadline for you and you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I gotta do this. Okay, then you need to think in your motivation about people who are depending on you and waiting on you, and that will get you motivated. Which brings me to another point. Setting hard public deadlines will get you motivated. Like if you tell everyone such and such is happening on this date, you're not feeling it, you don't have all that mojo, a deadline's a deadline. Like that's gonna happen. It works for me, it works for a lot of creative people. This is a good one. This is also weird, but I want you to think about it, okay? if you might be burnt out, or you just keep stopping and starting. So like every day you're like, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to work so hard today. And you only get a couple hours worth of work done. There's not much to show for it. It's not very productive. I want you to take a full day off, or maybe more if you need it, but a couple days where all you do is freaking just watch Netflix, eat your comfort food, zone out, totally disconnect from the online world and from your business and from your brand and whatever you're trying to build and grow, your career, all that stuff. You totally unplug, right? Then at the end of that day, if you do this for a day, at the end of the day, I want you to look up your competitors. Because then you see that they've been posting and they're crushing it and they have all this amazing stuff that they're doing that they're posting online, and nothing will get you fired up like some young whippersnapper or someone who's older than you and kicking your butt, or someone who is just like you and somehow they are having all this success and you aren't. Looking at that and realizing, I did nothing but watch Netflix all day. I need to get my act together. This works for me. Again, a little bit weird, but I think it's something that can really work for people, is to actually take some time off, let yourself rest, and then realize, you know, you can't rest forever. We need to rest on times where it's time to refuel. But taking weeks off, you guys, where you're just like wallowing and not getting motivated and not staying on task and like restarting things and rethinking things. Remember, done is better than perfect, okay? Don't let perfectionism be your form of procrastination either. So when it comes to getting motivated, I challenge you to take some time off, and then the night before you decide, okay, I need to get back in the groove. You know, I've got to get back to work tomorrow. That night, look up some of your competitors, because that will get you fired up. Maybe. I mean, it works for me. Last thing and most important, probably the greatest thing for me personally, is to do something that produces results. Nothing will get you super motivated like actually hearing the ding of somebody buying a product, or actually getting a yes from a giant guest to be on your show, or actually getting a bunch of people to sign up for your new freemium on your email list, or getting a bunch of people to download your new single on SoundCloud or whatever. That only happens if we take action and put something out there, right? So I challenge you today, right now, if you're having trouble with motivation, do something small that produces a result. You could just post a few strategic links to promote your products that you haven't done in a while, or things that have gone stale. Think of something today that you can do right now that will produce results, because results will motivate us to keep making more results. It's like a cycle. It's a super powerful strategy for getting motivated. It works for me. If I'm feeling like super flubby and I don't want to do anything, yes, flubby is a word, then I will send out pitches for people to be on my show, and I immediately start getting open notifications. Sometimes I'll get a maybe, sometimes I'll get a yes. That gets me fired up. So try and do something like that today. Doesn't have to be huge. It just needs to be something that's going to produce a result quickly for you. I hope this helps you and is maybe some new refreshing ways to think about getting motivated. I would love to know what was your favorite part of the video. Leave that in the comments for me. Let me know which one was your favorite. Or if you want me to expand on something, you have additional questions or a new spin-off question, you can leave me a question anywhere on social media using the hashtag KelseyQ&A. Or you can send me a video message or voicemail message and give yourself a shameless plug when you do it. That's at thepursuit.tv/KelseyQ&A. Or you can send me a video message as long as I can somehow download it and put it in the video. So hopefully in future editions of this series, I will have your smiling faces or your beautiful voices in here giving me questions. So again, if you want more information specifically about motivation, that's thepursuit.tv/motivation. And I will be back soon with another edition of KelseyQ&A.